Hey guys, it's Andrea. It's another January and another freezer challenge for me. Every single year, I always say I'm not going to do another freezer challenge because I'm going to stop buying a bunch of stuff. And every year, I find myself in the same position. So what I'm showing you right now is my outside freezer. It's actually in my garage. This is the main part of the freezer. I'm not going to pull everything out of the freezer because there's just so much stuff. But top shelf right here, and then I've got a drawer right here that I can't even get to, another shelf, another shelf, another shelf, and then there is another drawer right here that is absolutely packed full of stuff. And then this is the door of the freezer, and I'm just giving you a little quick overview of everything that is in this particular freezer. And then I will show you everything that is inside the freezer in my kitchen. Okay, so here is my kitchen freezer. It is an absolute mess too. You can see there's tons and tons of food. And then there are a couple of drawers right here. And they're full of food too. And this is the door of the freezer. And there is a bunch of stuff, as you can see, for us to get through. So for the entire month of January, I am going to do a freezer challenge, trying to use up a lot of the items in my freezers. And so all of our meals are going to be freezer meals this month. And I'm only going to shop for necessities like eggs, milk, produce, things like that. So the first meal that I'm making is a bacon, green bean, and potato soup. It is really, really good. I've made it before on our channel several times, so I'm not going to show you step by step how I do it, but I will link the recipe in the description box along with a link to the video showing how I make the recipe in the description box. But using a pound of bacon from my freezer, I've already cooked it up and it's chopped up already. Here are my fresh green beans that I needed for the recipe. They're trimmed and cut. You're gonna need an onion, potatoes, milk, and heavy cream as well. So as soon as I put everything together, of course, I'll come back and show you how it turned out. Okay, so here is everything all plated up. This is such a quick and easy soup recipe and so delicious. So this is what we're having for dinner tonight, and we will see y'all next time. So tonight I am making a chicken Alfredo pot pie. So essentially what I'm going to be doing is making an Alfredo sauce. So I've got heavy whipping cream, butter, garlic, and Parmesan cheese. I'm going to make that sauce, and then I'm going to add in some frozen chopped broccoli that I had in my freezer. I did let it thaw and I drained it, and then I had some leftover chicken in my freezer too. I had grilled it a long time ago and chopped it up, so I'm going to throw that in there. And then I parboiled 2 medium potatoes so it wouldn't take so long to bake. So once I make that Alfredo sauce, I'm just going to add everything else in. I'm going to be using this pie crust and letting it bake away. Okay, so my Alfredo sauce is ready to go. And now I'm going to start adding in all of my fillings. So I'm adding in my broccoli, my chicken, and my potatoes. I'm just going to stir everything together and then adjust the seasonings if I need to. Okay, so this is ready to go into the oven, and normally my pot pies take about an hour. I've got my oven preheated to 350 degrees. Okay, so here is the pot pie. After letting it cool, you can see how hearty it is, and it tastes really good. I would definitely make it again. Now, if you don't want to make your own Alfredo, of course you could use a jarred Alfredo sauce, but I personally think homemade Alfredo is so much better. All right, so this is what we are having for dinner tonight, and we will see y'all next time. Hey guys, so for dinner tonight, I grilled some short ribs that I had in my freezer. I actually tried this recipe, I guess it's been a couple of months ago. At the time, I didn't have short ribs. I used another cut of beef, which I cannot remember what it was at this time, but it's the same exact recipe and marinade, but I just used the short ribs that the recipe called for. So here they are. I cooked them for about 2 hours on a charcoal grill. I also have a side salad with some P.F. Chang's vinaigrette dressing. And then I also made some fried rice out of day-old rice that I had in the fridge. And this is the seasoning that I used with it. I got this from an Asian grocery store. I can't remember the name of it, but it comes with 3 packets of rice in here. So I just used an entire package because I had about 6 cups of cold rice. Usually I only have like 3 cups of cold rice and I use half of the packet, but since I had double the recipe, I used the entire package. I added some green onions and eggs to it. So this is what we are having for dinner tonight, and we will see y'all next time. So for dinner tonight, going to be clearing out some space from my pantry and freezer. So in my pantry, I have this Tony Sassari's chili mix, original. They have a spicy and original, so I actually grabbed both, but I'm trying this out for the first time tonight. And I love Tony Sassari, so I hope I really love this chili mix as well. But the ingredients call for 2 pounds of beef, ground beef. So of course I had that in my freezer. And then you can either use diced tomatoes or tomato sauce. I'm gonna be using up some diced tomatoes. And normally with my chili, I prefer pinto beans. And I couldn't find any in my pantry, so I'm gonna be using these kidney beans instead. And I'm just gonna follow the directions on the back of the package. Okay, so here is everything all plated up. After you add all of the ingredients, the box says to simmer this for about 15 minutes. I ended up simmering it for about 45 minutes because it really didn't thicken up like I'm used to chilies doing. So it is a little bit thinner than traditional chilies, or the ones that I usually use, like the 2 Alarm chili by Wix Fowler. But this is really good. It's not as heavy on the chili powder, and I actually kind of like that. It does have a good flavor, but I thought it might have more Creole flavors to it, but it really doesn't. But it is a good chili, and I'd buy it again. So this is Howard's bowl of chili. He added cheddar cheese, green onions, and sour cream. And this is my bowl. I added green onions, cheddar cheese, and Fritos. So this is what we are having for dinner tonight, and we will see y'all next time. Hey guys, so for dinner tonight, we are having smoked brisket. My parents bought half a cow and they gave us some of the meat, and they gave us some brisket. So we tried smoking it for the very first time. Actually, Howard smoked it and he also seasoned it, and it is very good. And serving it with some baked beans. I accidentally threw away the can. It's already in recycle, but it's just Bush's baked beans. I think it's home style. I just added a little extra barbecue sauce and some green bell peppers and also some bacon. I do have a baked beans video on our channel, and I'll link it in the description box. This isn't exactly that recipe, but it'll kind of give you an idea of what I did. And then in my fridge, I had some fresh broccoli that needed to be used and some coleslaw mix that needed to be used. So I just sauteed them both together in a skillet, and there you have our vegetables. So this is what we are having for dinner tonight, and we will see y'all next time.